Welcome back to my channel. Today we are having a Halloween party. There's really not going to be anything other than music, but we'll see. And I got a costume-ish. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. Please give me current energies for the collective. The Queen of Pentacles just started to come out. So you may be working on some things, stabilizing yourself, becoming more grounded. First card out, Knight of Cups. So, I don't know if we're going to disregard that Queen of Pentacles, but I don't feel like I want to disregard it. It makes me feel like you are just like sitting there minding your own business, doing what you gotta do, on the path to loving and taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, nurturing yourself. But there may be some energy coming in. I don't know. We have one card out, but it's like there may be some kind of energy coming in that either is bringing some kind of love offer or emotional offer, or it could be somebody coming in with positive intention. And I don't know if I'm getting like my own personal bias in the way or if I'm picking this up, but I'm feeling a little bit irritated about it. So it's like that's only one card out, and it looks like a positive card. Both cards have been positive, but I'm already feeling some irritation and annoyance about it. So let's see what else we got. The Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Death card in the reverse. Is this past energy or is this intentions? Nine of Swords. It could be both past energy and current energy. Like whoever this person that's coming in, if this is somebody that you know from the past, it could have been harsh words spoken in between you. You may feel like this person is untrustworthy and conniving. Either way, it's like at one point in the past, you felt like, maybe you could manifest creation of something different with this person at some point. But you realizing everything that they had done in the past, not done in the past, but like looking in retrospect, you looking at everything that they had done or how they were behaving and basically cutting them off and moving forward, worrying about yourself. And that put an end to that. And it's like, with that Nine of Swords, this person now could be in, like, I don't want to say lost, regret, but extremely stressed about letting, you just leave. She says, you can't stop the things I do, I ain't lying. And I'm not saying this is for everybody, but for some people, this bitch is back and there's hell to pay. I put a spell on you. Anyway, this ain't gonna be for everybody, but for some of you, there is magic involved. Like, this person could have done magic against you, or had negative intention towards you, or simply was just, like, talking shit about you. Possibly lies and embellishments. Either way, you dipped out from this person. This person, I feel like they don't like that you have the audacity and so I put a spell on you and now you're mine. Like I said, some of these people could have actually tried to throw out things that way in order to stop you from being able to move forward or be stable, to cause confusion, to cause illusion. But anyway, and it's like you may feel a little bit ashamed too, because in the past this person was bringing you also that Knight of Cups energy. Like, they meant well, positive intentions, like y'all had a real emotional connection. And it bit you, like, in the ass in the end there. Like, you know? Kinda, but not really, because you ended up moving on, doing good, doing your own thing. But I feel like this stress over the loss of control or whatever. Yeah, I feel like control. I was just wondering to myself, is that too harsh? But I feel like control has got this person wanting to come back in. And you say, I ain't afraid of no ghost. So maybe this person was somebody who in the past used to ghost you. But now you ain't having anything, you ain't having it in regards to them. So the ghostee has become the ghost, right? And now they want to come back in, and you're saying, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. But it's like he or she, according to your situation, it's a ghost from the past. Somebody trying to come back in because they realized that you was really moving on, basically. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse, Judgment, and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So, I mean, I really don't feel like you are going to give this person the time of the day. I feel like you already made a judgment against them and basically cut your emotional losses and realized that the situation wasn't balanced in the past. And now you're more interested in adjusting your priorities and focusing on yourself and your goals, building up the things it is that you need to do and work on, pouring into yourself emotionally instead of constantly pouring into people who aren't appreciating, aren't receiving it, and aren't giving it back. We got the Four of Swords. And the Justice card in the reverse. Okay. Now, two things here. First of all, this person in regards to this person, they could be wanting to cause this for you. Like stress, anxiety, they could be wanting to just keep you in a position where you feel unsteady and not stable, and that you're constantly stressing and worrying. They want to keep you off balance. Now, it could also be how this person is feeling because you've made this judgment. They feel like it's bullshit, and I don't even feel like, it's not like they don't know what they did wrong or what it is that your reasons for doing it. They know, like, even if they don't want to claim and accept anything they've done wrong and you don't call them out, it's like they still know your reasons for this. But I see a lot of mental stressed energy here, so it's like they just can't accept it. And I feel like they can't accept it because it comes from you and it didn't come from them. Like, very narcissistic energy. And I feel like if this person is a narcissist, you know, they got that face that they show to the world on a day-to-day basis or whatever. They can shapeshift to whatever situation to become acceptable to people. But who they are on the inside comes out once in the blue moon. And I feel like where they just lose it. Like they just snap because they're trying to control a situation and they can't. Or a person and they can't. And I feel like that might be building up for this person. But I feel like they're trying to maintain control. And so they don't really want you to know that they're bothered. So I feel like whenever they come back towards you, it's unbeknownst to you that they are having these feelings about this. And so they're going to come in on this like friendship, love, some kind of, you know, we go way back homie energy. But really, it's really bothering them that you shut them out and decided to work on your own shit. We got the Nine of Cups. She says, I've got to keep control. Six of Swords. Time warp. The Hermit. Okay, maybe this is going two ways, and I haven't really fully worked it out yet. But maybe one way this is going with the Nine of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Hermit could be like just to warn you or, you know, remind you to just keep focusing on distancing yourself. That don't even need to be the number one goal. The number one goal is just like you and your priorities and the things that are going to fulfill you and make you happy in the end, that are going to bring you happiness, success, abundance. Focus on those things. But the thing is, you do need to distance yourself from certain people while you're doing that. I mean, just like period. In order to do that, sometimes you need to distance yourself and just get away from all of that and go within and just focus on yourself. Like, there's a difference between like depression and taking some focused time to be by yourself and really work out the things that you have going on, that you either need to heal from, that you need to figure out and organize spiritually and mentally. Like I said, get your priorities straight. Or whether or not it's something that you need, I guess I already said that, but need to work on in order to get to where it is that you want to go. And it's like, maybe you have already been in some isolation. Like I said, this person may have been the ghost in the past. And so it's like, really, they left you alone long enough for you to figure out you could do it on your own, kind of thing. So during this, like, they left you alone long enough. Like, they quit fucking with your head long enough, gaslighting you, sending mixed signals long enough for you to be able to, like, really go back in your mind, go back in your emotions and your feelings, and think about some things and how they connect with each other. Spooky, scary skeletons. It's like, you may have discovered some things buried down in there that probably, you know, don't look too good. Like, if you find a skeleton, you don't really know if it's dark and menacing or not. You don't really know. Not to be morbid, but it's like, you don't know if the person, like, got lost in the woods and succumbed to the elements, or if they were strangled and drowned, or, you know, whatever, by looking at just a skeleton. And it's like, maybe there has always been more there underneath, and the stuff that you saw was superficial. That was the flesh. But I feel like you've been going through somewhat of a transformation on your own, even though whatever transformation that you expected to have with this person, or in connection with this person, faltered and it didn't happen. It's like, you're still going through a transformation. And well, I don't really remember what I was gonna say. It's like, you're still going through a transformation. And, you know, that old thing kind of died away. And as it died away and started to decompose, you know, and break down, at one point, like, the disconnection was new, and it was kind of maybe a little bit harder to not communicate with them, not send them a text message, not be super friendly, whatever it is. But now, I feel like enough time has passed, like, it just, as the time passed, the connection just started to rot. And now it's a lot easier for you. Now you see it for what it was, down to the bones. God, glad I finally got that out. Ugh, that was a little hairy there for a second. Get it? Hairy for a second? Because there's no hair. Okay, I mean, whatever. There's hair there still, I guess. I feel like that means something. Anyway, moving on. We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. the Six of Wands with the King of Wands. Okay, I feel like this is coming out because it might be somewhat of a warning for you, because it's like, even though you have made this disconnection from this person, you know, and you called this judgment, it's like there's something, he says you better not let him in, talking about the werewolves from London. And what do werewolves do? They Jekyll and Hyde. They're one person 1 minute and the next they change. I mean, like, there's something else. There's this dark side of them. And it's like, even though you've made this judgment, there's still this attractive quality about this person to you where, like I said, you had at one point envisioned having some kind of transformation or new beginning with this person. No matter what kind of connection that is, apply it to your situation. And so even though you've called judgment on it, that it's not going to happen, whatever, I'm just moving forward, it's like you still created that idea. Like, that idea was the foundation or the start of something, and you did envision it. And so it's hard for you to just completely let that go, what you saw. It's like, you know, some things you don't forget once you see it. So I feel like, even though you've called judgment, if this person is in your face, you know, or they apply the pressure, that it might be a temptation for you. But you also know this is a cycle that you don't want to keep repeating. Like, this person causes you a lot of mental stress and anguish, and you're just over it. Werewolves in London. But they're saying don't let him in. Like I'm saying, this person's going to come back in with the King of Cups energy. And here we're all talking about somebody who, you know, is on a mental verge of snapping, and they have at least two distinctive personalities, where other people, and maybe even yourself, like they have this sweet side, this caring side, this emotional, like, we bond on emotional connection, we're bros, like, you know, they may not even say it, but they project it, if that makes sense. Like, they don't project themselves to you to be aggressive. That may be an undercurrent that you feel, but they don't typically project that to you. It's like they have a mask. They show people the face that they want them to see, including you. So this is warning about, you know, that temptation for you. Because you don't know, this person is about to Jekyll and Hyde. And that song just now was Werewolves in London. He's about to transform into the monster that he is. And we all know that once they turn into the werewolf, it's even hard for them to, like, control. Like, they're not there anymore. Like, the monster's coming out. It's after midnight, something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight. Ow! You gotta scream. You make it. it. Terror takes the sound before you make it. Like something happening so suddenly you don't even see it coming. But in that last song, Werewolves London, they said don't let him in. Like somebody might pop up on you and just show up. No one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. If this person shows up you're fighting for your life. If this person shows up at your house, do not let them in. If by any chance they get in, and you hear the door slam, there's nowhere left to run. If they get in, don't think it's on no nicey nice, I just want to talk stuff. You better be looking around for some protection or for a plan. Hope that this is just your imagination. You can't believe that this is happening. I just looked over and saw these. Mask off. The person is removing the mask. This may have been something before that you had asked for. Like, I just want to see the real you. But you didn't know you didn't. He just said it's time to walk in the masquerade. I'm not saying this is for everybody, but whoever this is, like, there might be just one person. But this person could snap to, like I said, that you can't control it once you're a werewolf. And this person is capable of fatally harming you. So don't put it past nobody and say, oh, they wouldn't do that. Why risk it? How well do you really know this person if you knew that they was wearing a mask? We have pride and ego. Two things. Pride and ego could be something that you need to watch for within yourself. The second thing, pride and ego, could be the thing that broke or snapped within them, or it could be their driving force. Like, I feel like an extreme imbalance of ego is what makes them be like, how dare you even have the audacity to not play my game anymore.
Joe Throw can make a room feel so warm and cozy. At HSN, you'll find amazing home decor, demos, and styling tips. HSN.
We got True Blue in the reverse. Y'all can't see it my way, but whenever I did that, it looked backwards to me, and it almost looked like Liar whenever I glanced at it. I don't feel like, you may feel like this person's always been honest with you, but I don't feel like that's true. You may feel like there's some loyalty between the two of you, but I don't feel like that's true. Had to steal, at least I don't have to beg or borrow. Yes, We have Guide in the reverse. And Retrieval. He says, running with the devil. This is, again, isn't gonna be for everybody, but this person could be trying to throw you off of your intuition. This goes back to the people where there could possibly be magic involved. This person's trying to throw you off of your intuition because I feel like they're supposed to collect or something. They're supposed to get you off your path and get you to come to their side. And it's like they're in connection with, like the magic they're doing is dark. And I'm not saying everybody who does dark magic is like dark themselves. I'm just saying this person might be running with the he who lives downstairs. And it's like, I know for my collective, it's been coming up that y'all got mission, y'all got purpose. You're supposed to be doing something. That being said, you being here on the behalf of, or as a part of an army in spiritual war, there's an opposite end of the spectrum, right? There's adversaries, there's enemies, there's the enemy. And it's like this person could be in line with that faction. And they're supposed to get you, he's trying to throw you off, or she is trying to throw you off of your intuition to like basically retrieve your soul, make you a prisoner of war, capture you to the other side. So earlier, whenever I was saying, you know, it could be fatal, and I was saying this could only be for a few people or whatever, physically fatal, it could be for a few people. But for others of you, and I'm going to say probably more of you, it's spiritual. Like they intend to stop you in some way from your ascension, from your path, from your glow up, from your move forward, from your stability, from you having a healthy foundation. I feel like they've gone through all of this mental anxiety and shit, and it rubs them the wrong way, that you are able to basically conquer and get over anything, whereas things still plague and torment them. And they want you to feel that too. The feeling of like losing everything, of putting you in your place, of you not being able to realize these visions or dreams that you have. I've seen this card now twice too. Tomfoolery. You know, somebody just messing around, bullshitting, like they think it's, I'm not gonna say it's a joke, but kind of like a prank, you know, like they're just messing with you. We have Twin Flame and Psychic in the reverse. And then I just moved my deck and this one staged. So this could be somebody that either is your twin flame or you felt like they was your twin flame. But I feel like, I don't want to say your intuition was off, but I'm saying like maybe it was staged to look that way. Like I was saying, they were projecting some kind of connection with you. You didn't get that idea on your own. Like it takes two to tango. You may have thought this person was psychic and they're not. Or like I was saying, it could just be the fact that you think this person, you thought this person was at one point. And if you don't know what that is, then maybe it's not that for you, and maybe it's just somebody that you really thought was your person. But it's kind of like your intuition was thrown off. Either your judgment was cloudy at the time, or it was that actual manipulation. I cursed this day. Skeletons, I curse this day. Oh, I moved the deck again. One card stayed out. Boyfriend, girlfriend. So this was somebody that you had at one point saw in a romantic way or had a relationship with. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. You're done with these cycles. Like, you're so done. Mentally, emotionally. We have the risk card. So I see this two ways right now. It's like you moving forward. You know, it's like you just taking a huge leap of faith. Like, you don't know, like, what path is out before you. Sometimes it's easier to settle in or revert to something that is familiar, something that you already envisioned. So, like, if you had envisioned at one point living with this person and creating a life together, but your current situation is unstable and you really don't know what is ahead of you, but you're working on it. If this person comes in offering some kind of emotional connection or insinuating stability, that might be something that you are interested in or consider. Which, I mean, logically, we can understand why, but at the same time, you don't want to keep doing the same cycles and shit. So it may require you to take a big leap of faith to the point where you don't revert to things that are familiar feelings, things that are safe, things that look safe but are not safe. Illusions comes up a lot. The second thing, risk, is I feel like allowing yourself to be in a connection with this person instead of just breaking things off and you continually trying to, you know, just accept them for who they are, and, you know, you feel like you still have this connection. It's like, even though, you know, I'm writing them off and I'm moving forward, I'll still be their friend or whatever. It's like you need to quit doing that, because you doing that and allowing yourself to be reeled back in, or not even be reeled back in, like jump in the basket. Just jumping on in the basket. And now I'm seeing that guy who says he puts lotion on the skin as he's lowering the basket down into the hole. Like, you putting yourself into that situation is like setting yourself up for slaughter, because you don't truly, I think, get or understand this person's mental faculties. And I'm not just saying like crazy, but I'm just saying you don't understand the inner workings of their minds and what their intentions are. Just because they're projecting something to you, if you know it's a projection, then you need to ask yourself, like, why are they projecting? What are they hiding? Like, you being around them or being in connection with them, you're putting yourself at risk, because this person doesn't have positive intentions towards you. We have conclusion. There's something that you need to do, like, you need to in this cycle, point blank period. Like, you already read that chapter. Move on. How would you feel if you were reading a book and you read one chapter and you finally got to the next one, and then as you're reading it, you figure out it's the same chapter? So you're like, oh, maybe it's a misprint, and you go forward, and the next one, it's the same chapter. Doesn't it get old reading the same chapter over and over? At some point, you're not going to want to read, like, you're only going to read into it so far before you realize, hey, this is the same chapter, I don't want it. So if you don't want to read the same chapter, quit repeating the same shit and just end it. Just like I'm about to do this reading. I feel like I just need to add this. And again, this is not going to be for everybody. But for the person that needs to hear it, they need to hear it. So I was rewatching it, the playback, and I got to the part where I was talking about hair with the skeleton. And I said, well, there's not any hair there. And it says, I said, well, maybe there's hair. When I was rewatching it, I saw and thought of Guilty Conscience with Dr. Dre and Eminem, and that part where Eminem is talking about, yo, look at her bush. Does she got hair? And he's like, go ahead and just go ahead. And it may be that in regards to this person, one of the things that you don't know about them, a skeleton that they have, is that they may be a pedo and deal with younger people, or have. So, if that's for you, you'll have some kind of suspicion already. You will have had some kind of suspicion already.